talk about a lot.
I'm recording now.
Oh man, you missed the whole silver cord bit. Hey Colton,
silver
I can
cords,
silver chords.
silver cords,
Silver chords. It's Christmas time in the podcast. Anyway, this is gonna be good. We got some news here tonight. Actually, I don't know if you heard about the latest thing. Valve just dropped out of nowhere.
Oh, I have not heard about it. I don't think.
Oh, well, you're gonna hear about it. I also saw Predator Badlands yesterday for Veterans Day.
Nice.
I'll give my thoughts on that, and I have thoughts to give about Stranger Things. They're doing their final season.
Nice, yeah.
And
I would maybe be excited about Stranger Things if I cared about.
You should watch it.
Stranger Things. I've watched like I watched like the second half of season 3 and like the first half of season 4.
Honestly, I think season 3, going back on it, it's more fun than I remember because it's a lot of, it has the, Soviet secret Russian.
I've heard it's not as good as
and it has
the
mall rats kind of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, like summer vibes, mall rats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But season 4, like by the time season 4 actually came out, that's when I was pretty checked out. But everyone was like, no, this is a good one. This one's really good again. And it is good. I think they kind of wrote the ship with that one and brought it back to, season 4 is a lot more epic and, larger in scale.
Yeah.
Story-wise and budget-wise, action-wise, stuff like that.
Yeah, the whole,
but I think what make
Vecna and all that.
Yeah, Vecna, he's like the Freddy Krueger character, which is cool because his father in the show is played by Robert Englund.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
They connect to that because he has obvious, similarities to Frederick Krueger. But season 4, going back, rewatching Stranger Things for season 5 coming out, me and my girlfriend have been rewatching it. I realized the main thing that makes it work is just the character dynamics. Like you could watch these characters like argue or talk about anything or like any kind of situation.
Yeah. And
the obvious like Spielberg influence and Stephen King influence. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think going back, I remember that, most of it actually is pretty good. Season 2 had like this weak episode where they tried to do a spin-off thing with like the other kids from the lab and everything. And then season 3 went a little over the top, but in a fun way. But season 4, I think, really wrote the ship and kind of brought it back to its 1 and 2 roots, while also going like big and epic. And you have running up the hill, and when Eddie, the character Eddie, plays Master of Puppets and Upside Down, that's a great moment.
Oh yeah.
Played by Joseph Quinn, who's the Human Torch now.
Oh yeah.
He's a promising actor, good actor.
Yeah.
And another funny thing is watching season 2, the kids dress up as the Ghostbusters, and then Finn Wolfhard is in the new Ghostbusters movies, which I only really like Afterlife. I tried watching some of Frozen Empire, and I checked out.
Yeah,
it just wasn't.
I remember when Frozen Empire came out. I remember being kind of excited because Afterlife was like at least a solid movie.
Right.
And Frozen Empire, I remember talking about it, was like There's a few moments in it where I'm like, I can appreciate some of like the imagery that they go for, but then it's just like, yeah.
Well, I think the like Ghost Girl storyline was interesting little side plot. But then like Finn Wolfhard, his whole side plot is just like trying to catch Slimer, and it's just like it doesn't contribute.
Kind of maybe a hot take. I kind of liked his side plot because it was pointless and stupid and was just a little side adventure.
I mean, let's be honest. I think all of the Ghostbusters have been kind of pointless and stupid since the first one.
Yeah.
Like for me, you have Ghostbusters 1, which is well, not one, but the first Ghostbusters, which is like one of my favorite like comedies and like just movies, 80 movies of all time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then you have the rest of it where I'm like, I only really like the rest of it because the first one was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, the first first movie established does all of the heavy lifting for the rest of the movies.
Well,
even Afterlife, which I do think Afterlife is like pretty solid.
I like Afterlife because it does its own thing. It's it's in the country like Oklahoma or whatever, Kansas, and they it's its own adventure with obviously Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and crew come back, and it's a cool
they
tribute to Harold Ramis.
Yeah, it felt like a very like a lot of movies that try to do like, and it was both a tribute to Harold Ramis, but it was also like a nostalgia bait type of movie. But I thought it walked that line very well of doing it in a very kind of classy and respectable way.
And Ernie Hudson, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. Versus like, a more egregious example of like that nostalgia bait thing is The Flash, which was really kind of
really just a
untasteful
a Michael Keaton Batman tribute, and then very untasteful
like
CGI recreations of Christopher Reeve and George Reeves and Nicolas Cage's Superman, which never was a thing but was gonna be a Tim Burton Superman, which he wasn't even supposed to look like how he looks like
he didn't. Nicolas Cage didn't do any.
All he did all he did was like go in for the motion capture imaging.
Yeah, like they just took a face scan of him or whatever.
Paycheck and I think a good like kind of nostalgia. Well, I think another good example, and this is gonna bring me to another movie, but I think Alien Romulus is a good like kind of nostalgia bait movie that walks that fine line of just being another Alien movie for the sake of it with everything from it, but also doing a new interesting thing and how it ties into Prometheus a bit, even though that wasn't, that's more of a deep cut for fans now. It's not like Prometheus is definitely not nostalgia bait.
No.
But, actually working that into the lore and not just discarding it or retconning it. I think that's cool.
And even like, I think you take a movie like Spider-Man No Way Home, which
now that's just
is just nostalgic bait. I wouldn't say it's like done in a classy way, but it's like, why does a movie like that work where like The Flash doesn't? And I think it's because even that movie was doing it in a way where they're kind of going, this is a bit of a love letter.
Well, yeah, and it feels earnest. It feels like a love letter.
Same with like Deadpool and Wolverine felt like a love letter to those characters and to the Fox X-Men movies.
And they're still not finished with that.
Yeah,
they're still
but
milking that for what it's worth. They're gonna kill Professor X again, I'm sure.
Whereas stuff like The Flash, which apparently just feels like they're just going, "Hey, this is popular to throw in all these characters. Let's do it." Or not a superhero movie, but like if you've seen Ready Player One.
Oh, that's all just. Do you recognize these IPs?
Yeah, or the
Iron Giant.
Space Jam 2 was kind of along these lines, but like I've not read
IP bait.
I've not read Ready Player One, like the book, but I know a lot of fans of the book absolutely fucking hate the movie. And the reason is because they go, the book's full of like all these pop culture references, like that's the point of the book. But the movie strips out a lot of the really fun like uses of those, just so that they can, because Warner Brothers doesn't want to pay licensing to these, so it becomes, rather than this homage to pop culture, becomes intellectual property of the movie.
I don't know what my camera's on the fritz. Anyways,
yeah, what's going on, camera?
Anyways, apparently, wait, am I on?
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, Patrick Stewart's last role is gonna be in game.
Yeah,
he's gonna retire. That's a rumor going around.
Maybe, yeah.
Which I hope they just. You're probably gonna kill Professor X again, because that just seems like a thing that just happens in the movies. But at least give him,
Maybe they can get She-Hulk or Deadpool in there, and they can do a fourth wall thing, and they can kill off Professor X, and then they can turn to the camera and be like, "That's it. He's retired now."
Just have Deadpool kill him.
Yeah.
Just have him just shoot him in the back of the head. He's like, well, this is supposed to happen. It's in the script. I'm just
shoots Professor X.
Yeah. No.
Looks straight at the camera and announces Patrick Stewart's retirement.
Yeah. That'd be good. No, but anyways, I saw Predator Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of a nostalgic, 80s IP, and I've given you some thoughts via text, and basically, to sum up my thoughts, it very much so feels like a video game movie, but it's not a video game IP. It just feels very video gamey, and a really fun way. Like, as a gamer, I was like, oh, he's getting his gear, he's getting a quest, and you're just thrown into this world, and you got to figure things out and get your gear and get your collectibles. Oh, you have your companion.
He's got his
Elle Fanning's the android, the annoying companion that tells you all the facts about the world. The
little fairy that follows you around in Legend of Zelda.
Or Mimir in God of War.
Yeah.
Like that. That's just telling you all the lore of everything. And like I said before, it something I really like about it, I appreciate about it. This is like the first Predator movie, for one, that does a few different things. For one, this is the first Predator movie that's like well into the future. Mm-hmm. And in fact, this is as far as into the like alien Predator timeline we've ever been. Mm. And I think in doing so, it's just its own contained story. It's completely separated from other stuff. Yeah, we find out in Killer Killers that they keep, they've kept Dutch and Danny Glover's character and Naru from Prey in cryo chambers. Like, basically, people that have beaten Predators, they keep them then the fight in a gladiator arena or whatever. And I think, apparently, Dan Trachtenberg, and also who he said that he was inspired by, like Shadow Colossus and a lot of the games when he made this, and it definitely has those vibes. Like, it's hard to quite put your finger on it, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, a gamer directed this. It just has that vibe the whole time.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with it. It does feel a bit more like kind of like the Mandalorianization of Predator.
Yeah.
In a way. So I could see some, diehard fans or, fans that just prefer the bloody, gory, R-rated, just how, Predator typically is depicted. I could see them not enjoying it, but it's been getting great reviews so far, but I can say I really enjoyed it as a Predator fan, as a fan of
Nice.
the original movie, as even two. Two's fun.
Hmm.
It's a little weird, and um,
I think two is a pretty good.
uh, and then AVP. It's corny fun, like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this one, what I like that Dan Trachtenberg's doing with this IP so far is that Prey was the more just traditional Predator movie. Yeah, it obviously did different things. It's set back in time and 1719 or what, the 1700s and the northern plains, the Comanche, and I watched the Comanche version actually.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Cool. The Comanche dub. And it does different things with the actual setting, but the story is more or less the same.
Yeah, and
Predator shows
I
up, starts killing people, and then
I will say the story's the same, but
outsmarted.
I mean it also does do different stuff with like the themes of the characters, because I think
because in the Predator, Dutch, Jesse, Schwarzenegger, Jesse Ventura, Carl Weathers, those guys, they're all like badass commando, super buff.
And I think
macho. And
I think people
the scene where they fight all the like Contra guys, like all the rebels or whatever, and they're just plowing through them. It's almost like a parody of an action movie.
Well, I think that is something that people
see them get wiped by the Predator.
Yeah, I think that's something that people kind of sometimes is lost on people about the original Predator, was that when it came out, it was supposed to be like a flipping the script. It was supposed to say every one of these characters is the stereotypical badass commando character that you would expect to see in a movie of the era, and then they all get ripped to shreds by this one creature.
Just get wrecked.
Yeah.
And Schwarzenegger is basically a final girl because it turns into a slasher film, basically.
A scream queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not quite as good as Jamie Lee Curtis, but he's up there as far as scream queens go.
Prey, she was the Predator saw that Predator in particular, the feral Predator or whatever they call it, the ancient
whatever.
Predator. That Predator in particular saw her as weak, just saw her, didn't see her as a threat. And that was kind of the spin on it. That actually,
I like.
Estimated.
I watched that recently. It's so good. I love that one. But
also, I do think the feral Predator, for one, is probably one of the dumbest ones.
Yeah,
because the
not
point
the smartest.
Where it knocks his helmet off, and then he keeps trying to fire his darts, even though he should know that his laser tracking directs the dart.
Yeah, you would feel like he would know
that multiple
that
times, but he's like some kind of young blood Predator or something. And I also, but I think he is one of the more fair ones.
Yeah, because he actually
he's
does.
Not using the plasma caster against
Yeah, he does. He does stick, and he does stick to the whole like when he's chasing her, and then as soon as she gets captured by the French,
he only sticks to someone that's a threat.
Fur trappers. He backs off. Which I also
I love when he just.
I love the scene where he slaughters all the fur trappers, because it's like you're kind of rooting for him in that scene.
Yeah,
but no, I really.
So Dan Trachtenberg directed that, and he directed Predator Killer Killers, which is the timeline anthology one, the animated one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it wasn't perfect, but it was a fun, just adding to the lore and everything. This obviously, and I think it's awesome that they just went through with it. Well, apparently, his first idea was to have the Predator just kill a bunch of Nazis in World War II.
I like that.
I would be all for that. Just do another one. But then they wanted a Predator. He wanted a Predator to be the protagonist. Somehow. And how do you do that? They were thinking about bringing Naru back, from the cryo chamber or whatever. But they ended up landing on the future. And then they were like, fuck it, let's just throw it to Weyland-Yutani Corporation and Nayland, because Disney owns it both now. And it's still the kind of thing where the Predator universe is in the Alien universe, but the Alien universe
Yeah.
isn't necessarily in the Predator universe. But
Yeah.
now it's pretty much just like, hey, we can make what we want to be canon, and just whatever works. So this one's PG-13 actually,
Ooh.
and the way they skirt that, and it doesn't affect the movie at all for me because it's just this is the first like time we see a Weyland-Yutani crew that's just synths because they're sent to like the deadliest planet, and that's why this young Yatja, he's the runt, and he's going to this planet to prove himself to hunt like the deadliest predator there, so he can prove himself to his clan and right, take his clan's name and everything and earn his. Basically, they establish in the lore that a Yatja has to earn their cloaking device by completing a successful hunt.
Right. Okay.
And basically, without giving too much away, he's sent on a quest to fight this like deadliest beast that like no Yatja has actually defeated, and he's like, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna at least try because it's my last chance to prove myself. And so we get like most of the speaking lines are either the Yautja, his name is Deck in this, or Elle Fanning's synth character.
Okay.
And she's with missing legs for a majority of the film, just being carried around like a backpack, which is pretty fun. So she's literally like that nagging, annoying companion telling you all the lore.
Nice.
And there's cool references to the like greater like Alien Predator universe. But what I respect, they hold off on any xenomorph mention, or like there's no skull like even in Predator 2. It's like it's in the same universe, so we're bound to get another Alien versus Predator. Hopefully like a good one this time if Dan Trachtenberg directs or somebody good directs. Fede Alvarez or somebody, get somebody good that's done movies in this universe before. But it's like in this universe, and they add to like the Weyland-Yutani lore, and they add a lot to the Predator lore. But what I like about it, it doesn't begin with like a huge intro exposition scene or anything. No, you learn about the Yautja culture and lore through actions in the movie, through his actions, through what he does to prep for a hunt, through their different rules in their clan, stuff like that. But it's never like just told you, it's shown you, which I really like. I respect that. Nice. And it's established that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, at least at this point in time, is well aware of the Yautja and has detailed files on them.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. That opens up a lot of implications.
It opens up implications that because they're always searching for a bioweapon, and obviously the xenomorph's obvious one, and the black goo and everything. But like that possibly Yautja DNA or whatever has been harvested, or they would like to harvest that. And there's a really cool in the final act of the movie, there's a really cool just like stealth Metal Gear mission he basically goes on, because there's a point where like he's stripped of all his tech and he just has to rely on the land and stuff he finds. Yeah, which is really cool. So you get to see a Yautja without any tech,
just doing old school stealth.
Just stealthing.
That's cool.
And killing androids in very gratuitous ways. That if this movie had actual people in it, like another interesting thing, there's not an actual person in this movie, like a human being. But if it actually had people in it, it would be hard R. Like the kills are still good, but you just have white and green blood now, not red blood. So that's how they get away with it, which makes sense because this is actually the highest opening box office.
Like Doom on the N64 or
green blood, right?
Yeah.
But this is actually the highest opening weekend for a Predator film, over 40 million, and it only a budget of like 100, which is actually pretty high for a Predator movie, but not bloated. I think the budget made sense. Like the actor and the Predator actor, what they did, the suit and everything was practical, but then they focused the CGI on the face, on the motion capture, and you actually see how Yacha speaks. And they actually had the same linguist that created the Na'vi language create the Yacha language and like come up with that. And it's a bit like kind of like Mongolian throat singing with Elvish. A little bit. It kind of feels a little like orc, but it feels unique enough. Like it seems like a predator speaking, like what they would sound like.
Yeah.
And you know, you get the clicking with the mandibles and all that. But no, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Nice. It is, like I said, a bit kind of like the Mandalorian, but Predator, where you take like this kind of established like badass character and then like humanize it more and make it more a little bit more
that was in a way one of my
marketable.
More like
it's a bit of that, but it's
one of my hesitations of it was like, oh, would a Yacha work as like the protagonist?
Well, I think,
you know, but
this proved that it does work, and the Yacha is still like there's a lot of humor, and like the Elle Fanning's droid character is telling him about, oh, on Earth we have these things called wolves, and they travel in packs, and they have an alpha, and he's like, oh, so the alpha is the one that kills the most, and she's like, no, the alpha actually protects the rest of the pack, and etc. And he's like, well, I'm going to be the alpha that kills the most. Like, there's a lot of fun little bits like that.
That's funny.
And he basically sees the droid not as a person or a being, obviously, it just as a tool. And that's his excuse for, like, having her assist him. It's like, basically rationalizing it. You're not assisting me in the hunt. You're just a tool that I'm using.
Right.
And you get used to the actual language. Like, they never have... Like, oh, suddenly the Yacha has universal language translator and he speaks English now. No, that never happens. But like you just stop thinking about it and you just read the subtitles. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the Android obviously has universal translation, and they do it in kind of a interesting way where she starts speaking the Yacha language with subtitles. And then is basically like, I'm just going to set it to universal language translation so people can hear me in my language, you hear me in your language.
Right.
So that's how they get her to just speak
English. The Doctor Who, you know, how Doctor Who works.
Yeah, it's like that.
In Doctor Who, they go, the TARDIS automatically translates you.
And it translates basically into kind of a fourth wall thing where it translates for the listener. That's what they in Doctor Who, and they explain it in one of the episodes. They go to like Pompeii, and the companion that's traveling with the Doctor is like, hold on, how come everyone's speaking English? And he goes, they're not. They're speaking Latin. You're actually speaking Latin right now. It's just what you're hearing is English because it's the TARDIS translating it for you. Yeah.
But you're actually speaking Latin right now.
Same logic in this.
So it's Doctor Who's way of just like for kind of meta being like, this is why we can just have everyone speak English for the audience.
But anyway, I mean, if you're a Predator fan or like just a cool action sci-fi movie, I think you would have a lot of fun with it. It's well paced. It never lingers. I think everything that's there. In fact, it's so well paced that by the time it was over, I was just wanting more. Like learn more of the lore and like to just see. I could see this Yacha being a protagonist in another Predator movie, which is cool. Like it's cool to get this different spin on it, and it does end on a cliffhanger, and it's like, oh, I just wanted, but and you do get Predator on Predator action.
Oh, cool.
I'm not talking about the Epstein files. but but you do get some yacha fights, and it's satisfying. There is, I will say, there's like I said, a lot of it feels like a video game. Like the final fight is like actually two of the main big fights feels like a boss fight in a Souls game or something.
Oh, nice.
Where you see this predator just dodge-rolling, navigating around, and like. But what I like, so it humanized. The last thing I'll say, it humanizes this, at least this particular yacha in this clan. It humanizes him, but it still lets him be the badass that a predator is supposed to be. Like,
right.
It doesn't hesitate to kill. Doesn't like it wins. It's not like getting beaten down, and it's not like like kind of a underdog story. It's like, no, he is highly skilled. He was trained as a yacha warrior, as a predator.
Yeah, he's still a predator.
He's just little for them. He's like only 6'2" when the rest of them are like 7'5", or whatever, like 7-8 feet.
But he could still kill you, though.
He's relatively big for a person, but little for a predator. But he's not like incompetent. Like, it shows that, like, no, he knows his stuff. And so it's not like there was a movie, I forgot what it was, where it made a character incompetent, and it really annoyed. Kind of like Book of Boba Fett, that kind of did that to a degree.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
it doesn't do that. It doesn't like. You still get to see cool stuff. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about it. It was a fun time, just fun ride, and nice. I'm excited to see more of this lore. Apparently, Dan Trachtenberg is like in talks with Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
Which I'm all for it.
That would be cool.
Like, oh, he's too old. No, bring him back. You could bring him back as just Dutch on Frozen, but why would he be old? You can bring him back. It could even be a poor CGI thing. Just bringing Schwarzenegger back in a Predator movie, because you actually forget and realize that he was only in the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was maybe supposed to be in the second one, but that fell through.
Actually, give us just Dark Horse comic like Terminator versus Alien versus Predator. Just
hell do it. Yeah.
I'm sure Disney owns. Get James Cameron to. Yeah. Actually, I saw someone on Reddit, and I forgot who it was, but this is an idea. Predator versus Avatar people and Alien. Just do whatever, I would love to see and also they show like a T-Rex skull and stuff. You could do a Predator dinosaur movie. You could do a Predator. I would love to see the Predator kills a bunch of Nazis movie.
That would be awesome.
Like,
that'd be cool.
And because originally he was like, how do you make someone root for the Predator? Well, you have them kill Nazis.
Terminator is under Skydance, which as of 2025,
James Cameron pretty much,
which is as of 2025 is Paramount, owned by Paramount. So not quite.
I think there was something retcon in Dark Horse Comics where the Terminator, the T-800, was based off a Dutch.
Oh yeah,
from Predator, and that's why they're the same person, and that like. Because he defeated the Predator, so they designed the Terminator off of him. I love all that.
I love it, yeah.
But also now there's the implication that not only Predator and Alien are in the same universe again, which they basically always have been, but also Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like you just have this huge universe of like, all kinds of stuff can happen.
And Blade Runner is one of those weird ones where it's like it's always just been very vaguely implied that it's the same universe as Alien.
Imagine,
but they've never done anything to like directly confirm it. It's just always been very like small, tiny little details here and there. But I kind of like that, though.
I love the whole idea, like Killers and Prey introduced like just different time periods. You could do just different like genre films and just throw the Predator in it. Like, in fact, Prey, apparently, like the intention was to make it like a frontier film, like Dances with Wolves or like a Western, like something like that. And then you just throw the Predator in it.
I love that idea. Like, I mean, the idea, like,
throw the Predator in like a noir. Or like throw the Predator and a rom-com.
So fucking, forgetting Sarah Marshall, but there's a Predator at the hotel.
There's a Predator. Yeah.
Let's do a Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly buddy comedy, but with the Predator.
And the Predator.
Yeah. But important part of it though, the Predator is not funny or in on the joke.
No, it's
just a legitimately doing Predator shit. But then,
it's secretly a Predator. Well, apparently, another thing I heard is that basically from what I heard, that the new AVP movie, if they do it and if they are working on it, will secretly be one. Like, the idea is to either market it as either just a Predator movie or market it as just an Alien movie. And then, oh crap, like a Xenomorph shows up.
Oh, that would, I like that. Yeah.
Like, hasn't there, like, the idea of like tricking the audience? Like, I remember there was a horror movie that came out called The Forest or something like that. But then there was secretly a Blair Witch movie.
Yeah, like, I mean, they've definitely.
How often does that happen where, like, the marketing deceives? Like, I would have loved. In fact, that was the intention with Prey, I think, for it to be a secret Predator movie where it's just like you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
while you're watching the movie,
like it's just it's just
Predator.
Like it's just marketed as like this coming of age story of a Comanche girl learning to hunt, and then you sit down in the theater and like first 5 minutes you're like, oh, there's a spaceship.
Yeah,
I did not expect that. In fact,
if you just showed Prey to someone that didn't know better otherwise, you could definitely trick them into just saying, oh, it's just a cool, like, coming of age, like, frontier Western type film. And then, oh, there's a Predator. Anyways, the other big news I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you have anything.
I do have something, but I'm going to save it for after your big news.
Well, I've been getting into the Steam Deck again. In fact, and just PC gaming again. Now, I've still been playing Ghost of Yotei and jumping into that. Trying to jump into Expedition 33. But honestly, well, okay. This is unrelated, but GTA 6 was delayed again. Okay?
Yeah.
But honestly, just let them cook. Let them get it right. Because as much as it's basic of me and a cliche, it is like one of my most anticipated like games.
Yeah.
Ever. At this point. And I just let them cook. I just downloaded GTA 5, the definitive edition. I haven't tried that
I
yet.
also downloaded that the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I got GTA 4 on Steam Deck, which it actually runs flawlessly on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's fantastic on the Steam Deck.
Yeah. So that's a really good way to bring life into... Well, the Steam Deck's just a great way to bring life into older games and just, the novelty of having it portable.
I just opened up Steam and saw what you're about to talk about.
Yes. So Valve just announced all kinds of different... a hardware drop on YouTube. But one of the things is the Steam machine, which they've tried to do something like this before.
Yeah.
But this, well, for one, it's like a modern GameCube, and I love that.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Big square.
2, they beat Microsoft and Xbox to the punch of releasing like a home PC console hybrid, which is kind of what Microsoft was going to do, and Valve already beat them to the punch. Because think about it, you had the portable PC, which feels very much like a console. Like the Steam Deck feels like a console, but is a PC.
Yeah.
And this is what, and I imagine this is going to be just like the Steam Deck, just like the Steam OS, but in console mode form. And apparently, and I'm going to be getting this. Like, I think this is going to be my secondary thing, just to have my PC library on the TV without worrying about connecting the dock or like moving my whole PC over to my entertainment center, or worrying about, will it be able to run up to 4K, or what I needed to do. Well, apparently, so on the page it says, with over 6 times the horsepower to Steam Deck, Steam Machine has the power to play your whole Steam library, including your favorite AAA titles. And apparently, I saw it was marketed where it can run 4K 60 FPS with FSR. Available in 2 storage sizes, 512 gigs and 2 terabytes. So that's your 2 options. So that's interesting. I wonder how much they're going to sell this thing for.
Yeah, that's my big question.
I love the freaking, just the form. It's like literally a modern GameCube. And
well,
they're even showcasing like different front plates you can put on it.
I love the idea.
Are gonna have skin. Like, I would skin it, but like in that GameCube indigo color or whatever.
It's like, I love the idea of something like this, where it's like, it's basically a gaming PC, but stripped down to be just gaming.
Just gaming, and like a nice package.
Yeah.
And it's a good, for people that are getting into PC gaming, or like, let's say the only thing you have is a Steam Deck. Well, you could get this if you want to play more advanced stuff, games, and if you want that more console or just desktop PC experience. That's really cool. And honestly, as long as this comes out and doesn't get a bunch of like horrible reviews, I'm probably gonna be getting this thing. It just looks fun.
Yeah,
it'll
definitely be something on my radar.
Well, just the small, footprint it has, and form factor, just that alone. And it's got, I mean, we'll see how it runs stuff, and at what settings and whatever when it comes out. But I like that. And I imagine, so they have the gamepad, the controller. And that has trackpads on it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like Steam Deck. And I imagine there will be a way, if not at launch, but later on, through either people just that, Linux nerds or modders, or just through Valve themselves. I imagine there will be a way to like either, well, I know you'll be able to like cloud stream probably, like with your Steam Deck with this, like connect it.
Yeah.
But I imagine there will be a way to use the Steam Deck as a controller.
Oh, I probably.
Which I think that would be a fun concept.
Like,
where it's
like
kind
the
of
Wii
like,
U.
Hey, like a Wii U situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is like, I'm more excited for this than I am, no offense, than the Switch 2, than like anything PlayStation's, like, until.
No, this is very cool. Yeah.
And making it like a GameCube just scratches a nostalgia itch for me, and I can't help it. And I like the front, like different front plates they're showing.
Yeah, a little customization.
Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be, like D brand will have skins, which they're a very snarky company, by the way, but that's kind of their whole shtick. I love the Kill Switch case, like grip for the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of case or like what grip you're running with.
I don't have one on right now.
It's not.
I've been largely using my Steam Deck docked at my desk recently.
And I can imagine, like, now we'll see how much they price. Is there any kind of tentative price yet? I don't think so. But I mean, depending on how much they price, I imagine this being around the $500 to $700 range.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe less. I mean, if they're trying to,
I don't see it being less than
I
$500.
imagine the 512 the 512 gigabyte, I imagine being like at 550.
Yeah,
then
maybe
2 terabyte. I'm thinking closer to like 7.
that sounds
But
kind of in the right
we'll
range
see.
to me.
However, the fact that
A lot of
all the games
well, it's also with inflation going on right now and
yeah,
all that crap.
inflation, tariffs.
I mean
But like,
the
thing
Switch
is,
2 was already pricier than people were expecting it to be, and then Nintendo they've been kind of hush hush on it, but they've not promised that the price isn't going to go up.
right. But also, I see this saying, even if it is a little price on the pricier side, I could see it being so justified because for one, it's going to be Linux Steam OS.
Yeah.
And the fact that emulation works so great on that.
Yeah.
On the Steam Deck. Like, imagine emulating with this thing and, like, probably, like, emulating, like, PS3 and 360 and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And GameCube. Like, I would emulate GameCube on this. Sorry, Nintendo. But, like, imagine just all the potential. Like,
yeah.
And also the fact, like, let's say, because a lot of people happen, like, their first foot in the door for PC gaming at all was a Steam Deck or like some other portable. But like the Steam Deck, imagine like, and myself that has a relatively good sized library now.
Yeah.
And to be able to play it to be able to play newer AAA games and stuff without really worrying about it and without having to spend thousands of dollars or whatnot on a gaming PC.
This GameSpot article here.
I think this thing's gonna sell like hotcakes as long as it doesn't,
Yeah. Well, this GameSpot article here, they asked one of the software or one of the hardware engineers at Valve about the price, and all they were able to say was like really vague stuff, obviously. But they said that they aim to make it a competitive price that matches the value, and they want to make it affordable. Which doesn't mean it's going to be cheap, but considering gaming PCs are like $1,000+ to get into that space,
I think this thing's going to be around. Maybe,
I think if they could offer this for under $800,
I think this thing is going to be like between Switch 2 and like PS5 Pro.
Yeah,
price range,
somewhere in that range. But if they
slap
could
around six,
if they, I mean, if I'm just being honest,
well, that's what I'm hoping.
If they could offer this, like at least maybe the 2 terabyte version for under $800, that would be a significantly
bang for your buck.
More bang for your buck value for if you're trying to get into PC gaming. Because like I said, it's like PC gaming is difficult to get into at an entry level because like you're talking a decent gaming PC, you're talking at least $1,000. That's one thing I like about the Steam Deck.
Really, at least like 1,500.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's one thing I like about the Steam Deck is like I mentioned, I've been playing it often just with a mouse and keyboard recently. And it's partly because I've been playing on my Switch too. So it's like that scratches my itch from my portable gaming, or my controller stuff. So I've been using the Steam Deck for that. And I've just been playing older games on it, stuff like that a lot. Honestly, Minecraft recently. But, but the Steam Deck is by no means like powerful compared to an actual gaming PC. But I think for the price, for what, $400 for, $400 or $500 depending on the model you get, it is.
You can get some refurbished for like $299.
Yeah, and for that price range, it's not going to play the newest AAA games, but it can play a lot, and it can play a lot of stuff very well. And you can play it just like a PC, and that's one thing I've always appreciated about it is for the price range, even though it's not gonna do everything, you can still get into some PC gaming with it. So something like this Steam machine sounds exciting to me because it's like like that concept, but taken to like
there's a lot of titles that end up getting newer titles that end up getting verified and is iffy as that system is.
Yeah, sometimes it's not deserved.
And sometimes there's stuff that isn't verified that should be or that plays amazing, like the Arkham series.
Yeah.
And those last generation games and indies, like the Steam Deck is so great for that stuff and so great for indies. Like, because like Hades 2 isn't the type of game I'm going to play on my big screen necessarily. But portable, it's just perfect, and with the OLED screen and with it's just so satisfying. Now, as far as like the Switch 2 is concerned, for one, I miss my Switch Lite. Like that's kind of what
Switch Lite
my
was
biggest
awesome.
regret was selling that. I might just end up getting one because just an actual
you should look
console you fit in your pocket.
You should look into so Retroid put out a new version of the Retroid Pocket 5. What is it called?
I saw that, and I saw the Pocket Mini that runs on like the same chipset.
So it's they like literally just put out this. So, and I was watching a few of those like retro YouTubers that I watch. I
love Retro Game Core.
Retro Game Core is the GOAT. He's the best. But a Tech Dweeb, check him out. Tech Dweeb, he's fun, and he was talking about this one.
He convinced me to buy my
it's the
RG28X.
Oh, not
the one I got you for Christmas a couple years
ago. I love
that.
It's usually in my bag that I bring to work.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just throw it in my pocket.
It's so good, yeah. So it's the Retroid Pocket G2. And it's the Retroid Pocket 5, but with an upgraded chipset. And, so it's emulation. So you gotta do some work to get stuff running on it. But Tech Tweep was going through it, and he's like, yeah, I'm getting like 100 FPS in Skyrim on this thing.
Oh wow!
And it looks and is about the same size, and even has like a turquoise and a yellow option, like the Switch Lite.
Switch Lite.
It looks like a Switch Lite, pretty much. So I'm like, and it's $219. So I'm almost like, ooh, get a Switch Lite, or if you're willing to do a little work to get shit running, get something like that.
Yeah, that would
honestly
be the better bang for the buck. But yeah, the Steam machine, I think, they beat Microsoft to the punch by basically delivering an accessible PC for new PC players and just people that just want something that just works.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's what I love so much about the Steam Deck. It just works. It basically is a console experience, but it's also PC, and you can, tinker. And if you know Linux well, you can do all kinds of things. But if you just want to play games, and I've stopped kind of tinkering with it.
Oh yeah, I don't.
For a while.
I mean,
that was kind of my honeymoon phase where I was tinkering with it a lot and trying to do a lot of weird stuff and emulation. And I do want to try some emulation with it again. But like honestly, I just like playing games on it. Like, you're kind of what it was designed to do, right?
Yeah.
Like I like that you just power it on and it just really
the most I do with it that's not like its intended purpose is I use the desktop mode sometimes to like watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Like
you can do that.
Or but yeah, I mean I do use it like a PC, but I use it like a pretty dedicated for just like kind of playing older Steam games type of PC. Like I don't use it for browsing internet other than like YouTube and Nexus mods,
Right. I have tinkered a bit with some modding on the Steam Deck, but I mostly just leave that for my PC. It's just easier.
I got
Linux is just not my forte.
I did get a version of Vortex run-in with Skyrim Special Edition on Steam Deck, and it was a little tricky.
Nice.
And you have to do some weird roundabout things. but it works though, which is
But like
awesome.
I have so many games in my library that I can't wait to see how they look and run with the Steam Machine, like Ghost of Tsushima or like uh Red Dead 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Like imagine that will be like the first time playing Red Dead 2 on the TV again, just console experience, but with 60 FPS.
Yeah.
With full control and capability of the graphic settings, like
That'd be
that's a dream come true.
I love that.
I'm
excited
anyway,
for that. That sounds awesome.
Anyway, that's all I really have tonight.
I have
and I gotta get going. But you had something.
I have one thing I wanna. It's not gonna take long, but I just think this is fun. I told you a little bit about it, but I want to share this. It's an ongoing story, so in the future we'll probably have more. But I'm gonna run you through some.
I know what you're gonna.
Some drama.
The chives.
Yeah. So there's a subreddit r/Kitchen Confidential. It's a subreddit that's mostly Anthony Bourdain fans and like line cooks.
Right.
And this gentleman, F1Exican, or Flexican, or however you say his username, started, and this is like maybe a month and a week ago, something like that. He started posting. He goes, I'm going to chop a cup of chives. He must do this at work. I'm going to mince these chives every day and post a picture every day until Reddit says it's perfect. That's his thing. And of course, it starts out, he's posting every single day a new cup of chives that he's posted. And of course, Reddit being Reddit is like, the joke is that they all go in and just like zoom in and really nitpick it. Right. Like they'll find a piece that's a little bit too long and they'll be like, what's this pool noodle doing in the chives, chef?
Yeah.
So, it's just some wholesome fun.
So what's a recent update?
So it continued to be wholesome. At one point, someone posted a picture of a cat. Their cat's name is Chives.
Oh.
So now Chives the cat is like the mascot of the subreddit.
That's awesome. I love how pretty much going to become its own subreddit.
Yeah, it's just
Chives.
Yeah. At one point, the guy he was late posting in the day, and someone posted being like, "Where is he? Is he okay?"
Right.
And it was like that post of people worrying about what happened to him was like the most interacted, like 15,000 upvotes, something like that. And like
this is like the wholesome version of like a ARG, like a horror ARG, like rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like now it could take a dark turn. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
it's weird like that.
Well, let me tell you. You. Around day 30, Chivegate happened. So he posted, and he posted. I guess he had missed a couple days because they had like ran out of chives or something like that.
There's a shortage.
Which apparently someone went and bought him chives, which was great. So he posted, he got to posting again, and someone pointed out he was a fraud. He had posted 2 days in a row the same image of chives, but had flipped the image on the second day to make it look like a different pile of chopped up chives.
Wow.
So he was a fraud.
And
he had to, like, the moderators had to get involved and be like, we're discussing this. He posted an apology. And everything. It was great. And now it's like,
I love that he feels the pressure to entertain this subreddit.
Yeah.
That he must post, but then he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It just flipped the picture. the desperation of it, and also being naive enough to think that anyone on Reddit would,
and
that
people
fly.
And some people were angry. Some people were defending him. This post from 5 days ago. The person goes, "I don't care if they lied. I just enjoy the pursuit of perfection. I believe in you, F Lexicon."
The chives were a lie.
So it was a lie, but he apologized, and they moved forward. He's back to posting pictures of chives, but then today there was another update. Some more drama. Philadelphia cream cheese posted an ad on Reddit that is for their chive and onion cream cheese that says, "Some heroes chop chives every day until Reddit says they're perfect. We rip ours into cream cheese." They did not credit him.
Getting some notoriety.
Yeah. And they did not ask his permission. So people, of course, went to the Philadelphia cream cheese Reddit page. Oh, let's go on someone's
of course
blasting fucking music or something at 10 o'clock at night. Oh.
Wednesday.
But yeah, so people went to their the Philadelphia cream cheese post and were posting and being like, you need to give credit to him or something. And I guess the most, let me see if I can, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but one of the more recent updates was like one of the
damn, that is loud. I'm hearing it too.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I have to go yell at someone.
That's annoying. Go yell at them.
Yeah. So one of the Reddit executives made some kind of post on their like LinkedIn about the Philadelphia cream cheese targeting a subredditor. So this has gone all the way up to the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
So people are saying they need to pay him or at least like send him some free cream cheese or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's give credit where credit's due. All that hard work.
Yeah. But as we're talking now, it's still ongoing. The cream cheese incident has not been
I made
resolved, and he is still posting images of chives every day.
We have a Bob's Burgers recipe book, which is mostly burgers from the show.
Nice.
And I cooked the baby you can chive my car.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
So I just had to relay the story.
Chives save lives.
Because man, it has been a roller coaster.
Well, keep us posted, all right?
Yeah. Mostly it's been very wholesome.
Yeah.
And inspiring, and
but
people like at one point there was someone posted, it was like their teenage or middle school age son was cooking something in the kitchen, and they're like, your post of your chives has inspired my son to start learning how to cook. It's like, that's awesome, that's cool. But it's been
well, that's gonna be my next Halloween costume, chives guy.
Chives guy, yeah. I think it's great. I had to share it. I did not expect so much drama.
A couple's costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect so much drama to come out of r/Kitchen Confidential.
You know what's funny? This is just a side tangent, but I've been using, like, when I do Google searches or anything now, because AI just ruins everything. I've been putting Reddit at the end of it, so I can actually get a human response.
Yeah.
Do that.
Admittedly, I do.
Just go to Reddit.
I do when I'm Google searching stuff.
That's
do
like
turn
the
to
last
Reddit.
bastion of the old internet.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that you should ever trust anything on Reddit.
In fact, hashtag a live internet theory. the chives thing is proof of that.
Yeah.
There's still pockets of humanity.
Do you want to see
including us? We're not AI generated, as far as I know. No.
Yeah. I would show you a picture of Chives the cat, but I actually have this pulled up on Firefox on my Steam Deck, so it's not connected to the Discord here.
Firefox on your Steam Deck.
That's what I had plugged into the monitor already, so it's easier for me to.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Great.
But
anyways, I gotta get going.
All right.
Good recording. We'll be back with a topic episode or sometime at some point. We do have Thanksgiving coming up and holidays, but maybe we'll do some holiday episodes if we find the time. Yes. But yeah, we're still here and we're still doing this, so I'll be updating everything. Anyways, see ya later.